Hello guys, it's PotatoPikachu, and today I'm on Source 2 engine of CSGO. Look at it. It's so nice. Even though it's a little blocky and a little monotone, it's still a very nice CSGO game. Look at how it looks. It looks beautiful, and although it's very blocky as you can see, it's still CSGO. Still CSGO. Remember that. It's CSGO. And I get better FPS on here. Well, anyways, other than that, today I have another video for you guys. And it's going to be 5 factors that determine the prices of skins. So let's get right into the video. The first factor that we have is looks. Now, I know this is probably like everyone knows it's looks, but this is the most general factor that I have, and it's for good reason, because that's the main reason why we like skins, because they look cool. The main reason why people want skins is because they look cool. So that's one of the main reasons why skin prices are the way they are, because of the fact that some skins look better than others, like the Asimov or the Emerald Jormungandr or a Desolate Space. These skins, they look cool, so people will pay a higher price for these skins, while some other skins, they won't pay a higher price, like a 5.7 Scumbria that looks atrocious in my opinion. That's why the price isn't high. So this is the first one. It's looks, and it's the most general but the most important one. The second factor is the rarity. How rare is the skin that you are looking at right now? Because we all know in CSGO they have a rarity list. We have, from the highest is the Covert rarity, then we have classified, restricted, mil spec, industrial grade, and then last is consumer grade. And you know that Covert rarity is the hardest to get because of the fact that it's the highest rarity available in the game, other than the banned one, the M4 Howl. That's something else. But Covert rarity is the highest, and therefore it's harder to get. Valve made it so that you have a very low chance of getting a Covert rarity when you are opening a case or getting a drop. So that makes it more expensive. And that's generally how it works as it goes lower and lower in rarity. It's not for everything, but that's the general rule for prices of skins. Next, we have supply. And this really ties in with rarity, because as the higher the rarity goes, the supply is also lowered. So for a Covert rarity skin, the chances of it being dropped or opened is significantly lower than the rarities below it. So this means that the supply for that particular skin is significantly less than the rarity of the other skins below it, like a classified or a restricted. And when the supply of the skin is lower than the supply of other skins, that tends to increase the price of that particular skin. So let's take an example like the Shadow Web operation, the most recent operation we've had in CSGO. And they have dropped 3 new collections, and I'm going to focus on the Norse collection, like more particularly the Mjolnir. And the Negev Mjolnir, its supply is really low because it's a classified rarity, meaning that when the item gets dropped, the chances of it being dropped are significantly less than the other rarities, like the restricted, the mil spec, and the industrial grades, and the consumers. So the Mjolnir is very expensive because the supply is very, very low compared to the other skins in the collection. And this is just one example. The Shadow Web operation is a really good example of just the supply, the rarity, the looks of it. It all factors in together as a whole to make the price very expensive. Next, we have the gun model. And this is pretty important because the gun model determines like what gun we're using in game and what gun is popular at the time. And if you have a gun like the M249, it's rarely ever used. So would you want a skin of that? More often than not, no. You don't want a skin of that because it's not useful at all in game, and it's expensive and useless. So the skins that are more expensive than the other skins are going to be based on the particular gun model and whether or not it's more used in game than the other guns. Like, you're going to use the Desert Eagle more than the Art Revolver because the Art Revolver is useless, while the Desert Eagle is very useful. That's the thing that you have to also take into consideration. Do you want to get a skin that's useful in game so you can see it all the time, or do you want to get a skin that's useless in game and you'll rarely ever see it or use it at all? Before we get to the last factor of the video, I have an honorable mention, and it's trade up inputs. And these are skins that are older in the game and they only have one Covert Rarity skin in the collection. So for example, take the CSGO Weapon Case 2. It only has one Covert Rarity skin in the collection, and it's the SSG Blood in the Water. So skins like the USB Serum and the P90 Cold-Blooded, the classified skins in that collection, people will want to use those particular skins to trade up with because it only has one red skin in the collection. So you'll have a higher chance to get the other skin that you want instead of the SSG Blood in the Water. And as more of these trade up inputs are used, there's going to be less and less of them. So if you guys want to like capitalize on it now, then I suggest that you find the skins that have only one Covert Rarity skin in the collection and just get the classified skins. That way you could sell it for a higher price, as less and less will be in circulation. And also for trade up inputs, people just also want to trade up to cooler looking skins. So skins like the P90 Emerald Dragon, the P2000 Ocean Foam, and Op Graphite, they trade up to the AK Fire Serpent, which people want more than the skins that they'll trade up with. So those are that's just another way. Same goes for like the M4A1S Knight or the Negev Mjolnir. Those trade up to the Op Dragonlord and Op Gungnir respectively. And people want that more than the skins that they're going to trade up with. And last but not least, we have the last factor that determines the skin prices, and it's hype. We all know what hype is. It really drives the prices of items in general, whether it be in real life, sneakers, clothing, and in-game, it's skins. And for CSGO, hype really drives the prices of skins, and I'm going to use the Shadow Web Operation example again because of how good of an example it is, and I'm going to use the Norse collection. The Norse collection is so prominent from this operation because of what the op skin is. It's the Op Gungnir, one of the coolest looking ops in the game in my opinion, and a lot of people also think that, and they think that it rivals the Dragonlord as well. So that hype, it really drove all the skins in that Norse collection specifically to go to very high prices. And another example I have is the Mac 10 Discotheque from the most recent case, the Prisma 2 case, and this skin got a lot of hype, and I mean a lot, because when you looked on YouTube and you looked for CSGO openings at the time that the Prisma 2 case released, that's what everyone was wanting. They all wanted the Mac 10 Discotheque because of the new skin style that it provided, and it was the pearlescent finish that was mostly introduced with the AUG Midnight Lily from the operation. And this new concept, it just drove the prices of the Mac 10 Discotheque to higher prices than regular Mac 10 skins because of how cool it looked and how the skin color changed when looked at different angles, and it was just very cool. So hype is just another factor that plays in with determining price skins. So those are my 5 factors that I think determine skin prices, and they all really go together well because of how the skin economy works and what people want. They want a good looking skin on a useful gun model that's hype and it's rare. So people want rare skins that are cool looking, and not too many people have them. That's why some skins are really expensive, because of the fact that they look amazing but they're low in supply. So if you guys were curious as to why some skins were more expensive than others, then these are just some of the reasons I think drive those prices higher than usual. Or if you guys want to invest, these are also some useful tips that you should also take into consideration. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm a Potato and a Pikachu, PotatoPikachu, signing out. Peace.